What can I expect and what should I do after hormone pellet therapy? After you leave the office, you want to leave the ice pack in place for at least 2 hours. It's not going to remain cold that whole time, but it will continue to apply pressure to the area, thus reducing bleeding under your skin and thus reducing bruising. You can also remove the gauze pad at this time if you wish, but I recommend people leave it on overnight, just because then you don't have to worry about getting any drops of blood that might seep through your wound on any clothing or bedding. Leave the steri-strip that's covering the wound in place for 7 days or until it falls off, whichever is later. You can shower the day after your hormone pellet implants, but don't immerse yourself for a minimum of 3 days. That means no hot tub, tub bath, swimming, sitting in the river, because we don't want to introduce any bacteria or other microorganisms into the wound until it is nice and closed up. As for exercise, I recommend women avoid anything they can call exercise for 3 days after hormone pellet therapy, and men wait 7 days. This is because men have a much higher risk of rejection than women because they get a lot more pellets. Now, when I say much higher, it's still very, very, very small, but it is a lot higher than it is in women. So you want to avoid increasing blood flow to the hip unnecessarily. Your body naturally increases blood flow to that area to heal in the wound that was made during the procedure. So we don't want to increase it further with exercise. Now, some people will say to me, okay, so that means I can only do upper body workouts. No, that's not what that means, because it doesn't matter what workout you're doing, you're increasing blood flow throughout your whole body. Give it a break. That doesn't mean you have to lay in bed. Doesn't mean you can't do routine daily activities other than exercise. You can go for walks, just so long as they're leisurely walks and that you can't call them exercise, because if you can call them exercise, you're just risking the increased possibility of rejection. Once you've reached your 3 or your 7 days, go to town. Exercise all you want. Exercise is great because now that you have testosterone, you can build muscle that you could not build without testosterone. So use that testosterone. Now, there is one exception to the exercise rule, and that is sex. What I tell people regarding sex is wait till you get home. One woman told me when she came back for her first follow-up that she called her husband on the way home from her procedure, and she said, "You better beat me home or I'm going to start without you." Now, I have no idea what she was talking about, but I do recommend people wait until they get home.